Y'all know how we do it. I'm sitting behind the curtain. Just like, what's his name? The Wizard. But I'm bringing you the real, though. I'm about bringing you I'm not going to bring you the fake. Like the Wizard. The Wizard fronting. Pretending like he all powerful. But y'all know what it is. There's things that came up in boxing that we got to talk about. But I just wait around a little bit, wait for y'all to come through. So, in that case, so nobody's here. But just hold on a second. I love my music. So maybe if I don't see nobody, maybe I had to put it back on. Yeah. But then I got one of my web watchers came up in here right now. Gil to the coals up in here. There's no denying. When it comes to Gil to the coals, Ed's gonna come through for Eagles Way. He said salute Eagles Way up. And so my shout out to Gil. He always come through saluting. Yeah. We gotta see it though, Gil. We gotta see it, man. Something. But we'll get there. I don't know what happened to King the other day. King came through, man, but he said salute, and that was it. Yeah. I'm sitting here messing with this computer here. I don't know what's up with this computer. Acting real stupid, but we'll see. See what's going on, man. Maybe it quit on me or something like that. Well, you had a short day at work, didn't you? You say you just getting off? Not that much work going on, huh? People scared to get out there in the world, man. Yeah, I gotta mess with this thing later. Because it's not acting right now. I'll try to figure it out. I gotta try to figure it out later, I guess. I don't know what's going on with it. Yeah. Anyway, everything's expired on it. It's always something, man. It's always some kind of BS or something, man. When it comes to everything, man. Everything we deal with, Gil. And welcome to the chat, anybody else. But anything we deal with, there's nothing's going to just be smooth for some reason. I don't know what it is, man. You can have your own little joint, your own little business and stuff, and you're thinking, everything is nice and smooth and everything. Everything's running smooth. And then all of a sudden, boom. You're like, this road is not supposed to be rough like that. I didn't have a rough road, and all of a sudden, now the road's all rough. It's like, why is the road rough? The road was never rough. Well, now it's rough. It's rough now, son. And that's what it is, man. That's what it is with life, man. I just don't like this thing where everybody has to be involved. I don't like anything where people that's not volunteering to be involved have to be involved. I don't like that. You know what I mean? If I don't want to be involved, then I don't want to be involved. Don't make it to where I have to be involved. You feel me? Don't make it to where I have to be involved. Because if I shouldn't be involved, then don't involve me. Involve everybody but me. Give me that exclusion. Yeah. I want that status, girl. You know what status I'm talking about. Nah, it don't even roll off the tongue right now. Nah, never had it, never will. If you don't know what I'm talking about that complexion for the protection. Nah, never did. Never had it. Never wanted. The only thing I want protected is whatever fake freedoms that you pretend that I have. And it looks like those are going out to the window and stuff. Yeah, we got a lot of boxing anniversaries today. A lot of things that happen, well, not just this day, not today, nothing like that, but things that are significant that happen, like, for instance, 1987, a lot of different stuff. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah. For yesterday. So we look at yesterday. So yesterday we're celebrating something. Historic moment in boxing. A couple of them. Couple of historic moments. And then 2 days ago was another historic moment. There's all kinds of historic moments. But we're not. I'll bring those up because they're interesting, and maybe they can be on. Maybe they'll be on the championship. So we'll probably do championship. And oh shit! Look, speaking of championship, look who just fell up in here. So we'll do championship. On what you guys like this? You guys like Sunday next weekend or the weekend after? This weekend or the weekend after? It's gonna be you two gonna be battling it out anyway. Because everybody is sequestered right now. Everybody's sequestered on their own, so yeah. And there's Don Dowder said, salute. There you go, salute, fam. You know who that is with the glasses on. He said, Eagles wear boxing. Got the eagle up good. Y'all know I like when the eagle's up good, baby. When the eagle's up good, see these eagle fellas when they up good like that. The eagle's up good. I know I dramatize too much. Yeah, the eagle's up good. The web's up good. The gloves up good. The bell's up good. The thumbs up good. The hang in there with the peace sign is good. The stretch your neck out is good. Because lion's up in here. Don, he said he's sliding down. He said because it's not sticky right now. He's sliding down the web. That's right. Let me put it up, Don. Just so Don know. Yeah, Don know I didn't forget it. That's right. Don slid down. He said, sit now. Sit your ass down. That's right. That's one of our little markers and stuff for the show right there. When you come in Eagles Wear Boxing, that's all what you see right there is you see the Larry Holmes sit your ass down jab. Sit your ass down. You come in here acting like you want to fight. Now sit your ass down. And that's what my way of talking about. You come in here and yeah, sit your ass down. See? And that's what I'm saying. So, sit your ass down. All the way. Down. Sit your ass. Sit your ass down. You come in Eagles wear boxing. That's right, though. You always got to remind their ass, Don. Don to the dot up in there, though. Yeah, Gil Coach said Earl say, he blew up the 190 in between fights. Yeah, Earl got to stop that. But we talk about that, too, though. Earl's a big guy, man. Earl is a big guy, and I try to tell people that, but people just don't understand. I told you Earl could fight any weight he want to. And everybody talking about Canelo. Oh, Canelo will hand him up. No, Canelo's not going to hand Earl up. Earl fights weak at 147, even though he got power at 147. He move up to 154, he just going to have more power. People don't understand that. He just going to have more power when he move up to 154 or 160. He just going to have more power. And they're going to have to just deal with his body snatching ways. That's it. They're going to have to deal with him. That's right. And that's why we don't bring up weight in here. Well, I'm not saying we don't bring it up. I don't bring it up. And usually when somebody bring it up in here, they get smashed on by me. Because I tell them, get out of there. Oh, he a weight bully. He this and that. I don't want to hear that shit, man. All these guys walk around heavy. If you seen the fight with Earl and Sean Francis, Danny was there. And everybody was saying how big Danny looked. God dang, Danny looks so much bigger than both of them. Right. Because Danny wasn't fighting. But let Danny's ass fight. And his ass will get down the weight. They say, oh, he was strong 140. Now 147, he really is not doing as well or whatever. But, man, get out of here with that. Are you kidding me? Now, good subject to bring up. Because this is going to be a different show anyway. But it's good that you brought it up because you look at it like this. I don't allow all the talking about weight and all that because these guys walk around bigger. But let's look at it like this. So let's say that Danny, because he's walking around big anyway, let's say for instance Danny Garcia, let's say for instance he fights at, let's say like one in the division, like 168. At 168. What do you think will happen to him? What do you think will happen to him at 168? Even though he probably walking around at 175, 180. So what do you think will happen to him at 168? And then, so when you start putting these things together, now you'll realize that the guys that fight at 168, what the hell are they walking around at? See? And I would say they're probably walking around a good 190, 200. I probably top off anything that's under, I would say anything like under, anything from light heavyweight on down, there's probably not no guys walking around over 200. If they walk around over 200, they're probably just a mess. Their body looks horrible. And I don't know what kind of punching power you'll have at that. It's hard to get down to fight or even do anything at once. If you're used to being in heavy or whatever, or walking around like that, it's hard. You ain't gonna have no power. Yeah. Because you know people with a lot of power, and then it's like, you just don't have it that when you lose that kind of weight. Yep. Yo, Coach Luke now. Here we go again. Keith want Bud. I got the best two in here because you two always gonna fight about stuff. Yeah. Don Dada said EJ get more energy with more weight. Yeah, he gonna have more energy and everything else, man. The energy and the power, he's not gonna lose the speed or nothing like that. His reactions and stuff like that, he's not gonna lose that. Because he fight like he's bigger. You understand? A lot of people don't even understand that Earl fights like, he don't fight like he's a think about it. Earl's fighting at welterweight, man. Earl don't really fight like a welterweight though. He don't even fight like Tommy Hearns. You know what I mean? He doesn't really fight like a, you know what I'm saying, a welterweight per se. He fights like, you know, like middleweight or something. So a bigger guy. He fights like a bigger guy. You know, there's some guys that's in certain weight divisions that fight, you know, they have a different style. They fight like they're bigger. He fights like he's big. Like, I'm big, man. That's why he just comes through like I'm bulldozing you or whatever. And you're like, I'm the same weight as you. How you gonna just bulldoze me? And he just does it. Or if he don't bulldoze, he just, like he switched up the last couple of fights. I'm just gonna beat you up. That's the bottom line for Earl is I'm gonna beat you up. That's the bottom line, is that you're gonna get beat up. And that's usually what you end up getting, is beat up. Cheers, folks. But anyway, besides this, I hope everybody out there is doing well. I hope nobody's getting sick. And I hope y'all okay. Well, I'm sarcastic, but yeah, but I am being sincere though. I hope that everybody's family and everybody's okay. I'm gonna be okay. I'm immune to a lot of things, especially the BS. I'm alert. Like I said, I'm immune to BS and propaganda spells and shit like that. I'm immune to it. Sorry about that. You guys always got to hear me gulping and stuff and clearing my throat. Hey, it is what it is. Okay, just a quick question here for my two champs, who they probably gonna take over my chat and try to go head to head. So on the 6th of April, there was a fight, and it was considered the fastest heavyweight championship knockout in history. Can somebody tell me who the fight was between? Can one of my web watchers tell me who the fight was between? And I'm not going to play the music, but I'll give y'all a little bit. That's it. That's all you get. Yeah. We're going to see, though, what Keith wants. It's making us... What we have to do now is we have to sit on our hands, you know what I mean? We just sitting back like, wow. This fight is going to come up soon. Hopefully, it's going to come up soon. These fights ain't them. But I'm going to tell you who I put in good positions. We'll still talk about other stuff. The quickest knockout? No, the quickest knockout, man. Nah. Sonny and Ali. Nah. Way back. Way back. I'll give you a hint. Before colorized television. Well, they can colorize all of it now, but before actual colorization of film. Yeah. But back to my thought, though. Because you know I'm always all over the place anyway. I love it. But let me read what y'all got first, then I'll finish my thought. Yeah, because EJ get more energy, yeah. And then Eagles Web. He said, you don't believe what's going on right now about the Rona? Nah, girl, I don't mess with the Rona. Yeah, when you got the information right with you, the information that's in print, when you have the information in print, it's in print. It was published. It was used as a reference, a medical reference. When you have that information, you know I keep it right next to me. And I got like an envelope in there. Let me see. When you got the information right there, then you don't trip. Now, back in the day when this came out, this was $45. So this encyclopedia was $45 when it came out. And I'll show you on the inside of the cover. I don't know if you guys can read that. I'll put it as close as I can. But right there by my finger at the bottom, I don't know if y'all can see the date. Oh, you should be able to see the date. You see the date on there? That's how long this been out. I keep it here just for when people come up with the questions and stuff, or they want to ask me. You can't change stuff on me. See, that's the thing about it, Gil, is we change all kinds of stuff in life and history and everything else, and you guys are watching it happen right in front of you, right? Even in boxing, right? Whose record did they try to change, or did they change and try to change and had to change it back? Did they change somebody's record right here in modern day? Did you guys can remember whose record did they change? Remember they changed somebody's boxing record? Yeah. My web watcher should know. But on this whole layoff that we're going, this whole sequestering of the whole nations of the world on this earth, and then we get back to boxing. Now, a lot of these fighters are going to be, thinking about this and all this other stuff, right? But anyways, salute to the chat, people just coming in and out, but have a sit down and have a chat with Eagles Web. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna tell you about the fighters. I think this is really gonna. There you go. See, Mr. Tiptoe came in and he said, "Yeah, they changed Loma's record. Nobody's wanted to say that." And so that's what I'm trying. That's the point I'm trying to make, yo, so I can get to it. But this is a different kind of chat. I don't really care. We're going to talk the boxing because I'm just going to talk about who's going to benefit from this, like this layoff better. You guys already know. You guys know some of the fighters anyway. You guys already know them. You guys know some of the fighters. You guys will probably be able to name some more that I won't even be that I haven't really been thinking about. You guys will be able to, name some of the fighters and stuff. And then Gil Cole said, "What part don't you believe?" I don't believe none of it, Gil. Because it's already in print. You can't put something in print and then change it. So from 1980, okay, think about this. From 1989 till today, I don't know how old anybody is in my chat. Well, I know about how old you. I know you guys was here. I know Gil's been living at least in the 80s. So 89 until now. So think about it. So something that happened from 1989 until now is in print. It's already printed. Then why would you? Then all of a sudden it changes in 2020? How convenient is that? A coincidence or what is that? Okay, so I'll talk about the topic, man, but I don't want to get flagged or nothing like that for some kind of hate or something like that or misinformation. Okay, but did anybody research when I told them? When I told you to look up that Saint Corona's Day is in May, which is next month, and Saint Corona is the saint of plagues, and then all of a sudden you have a disease called Corona. Well, you already have a disease called Corona that's been around for probably since the 70s. It's probably or before that. It's like 50 something years old. The discovery of the cold virus, that's what it is. And I showed you guys right there in the book. I showed you right there. So in 1989, if it was known as one thing, why would it be changed to be known as something else today? When you got older so-called diseases and stuff, they haven't changed that, right? Did they change the name of the flu? They might add something to it, but flu is the flu, right? And some of these stuff that they come up with, like the mumps, measles, and all that, chicken pox or whatever, all these old school diseases, they don't change that. What's the other one? The one that the real bad one that people be scared of, always covering up. Like, no, man, make sure they got. Now they check you no matter where you work at. They check you for TB. And why haven't they changed the name of that? See, I just don't fall for stupid shit, man. And I don't like people around me. See, my thing is to give you, the wisdom through this talking to you. And then, but a lot of times, like I said, I'll let you do the research. But I have the hard copy. I have an old medical dictionary right here, or encyclopedia right here. I showed you exactly where it was. It's printed from Random House, 1989. And it has all the viruses right there. And then it has the common name for it. But we'll still like, oh yeah, it's out there. Yeah, boogeyman. Just call it the Ortiz. Yeah, I'd be more scared of it if it was the Ortiz than the Corona. You know what I mean? But that's going to be in a lot of people's vocabulary and a lot of different chats. No matter what type of chat they have, is they want us to spread that. But see, the difference between Eagles Web is Eagles Web, I'm not going to spread it like everybody else spread it. Oh, yeah, protect yourself and do that. But you always protect yourself. Because you still fighters out there. Even if you guys don't fight, you're still fighters. I want you to protect yourself at all times. I'm not saying somebody can't have something coughing all in your face and all that. Yeah, cover it. Yeah. Because now you're going to have people coughing up germs. You know what I mean? Because they're just thinking, oh, I might have it. They sneeze too hard. No, I got that Rona. I ain't got no damn Rona. Shut your ass up. Get your ass downstairs in the cellar, basement, or something like that. That's right, though. But I stopped at Mr. Tiptoe. Yeah, he said they changed Loma record, and y'all shouting out. Shout, shout, shout. December deception. A decade long. There you go. Donna said, yeah. God dang. Now, see, I'm not even trying to pat myself on the back. But Don Dada hit it, though. Don Dada, when did I bring that up? Did I bring up the devil's deception in December? Did I bring that up way before December? And what did I tell y'all about that in the first place? Right? But I kept it low key, right? But what did I tell you? I said it don't. Did I say it doesn't stop there? When I told you, I said it's not gonna stop there. I said it's not gonna stop there. It's gonna be more. And I said, what else did I say? I told you guys that it wasn't gonna just be about the desert, didn't I? I said it's not gonna be about the desert, man. Because for the native people, this is supposed to be a good year for us. But guess what? Now, is it a coincidence that a year that's supposed to be for us, where we go do some of our biggest celebrations, us being the natives of this the dirt here, the land here, the rocks here, the mountains here, the grass here, us being the actual natives that turns into a disaster? Is that just coincidence? Is that a coincidence? Let me just ask you these questions. Is it a coincidence that the Catholics have a saint named Corona, the saint of plagues? Is that a coincidence? And then all of a sudden the Corona reappears, a couple of months before Corona's month. Is that a coincidence? Is there such thing as a coincidence like that? A coincidence for me is when I run into Gil somewhere. I just happened to have been in Florida or something. I was in TB, and all of a sudden I just bumped into Gil. That's a coincidence. God dang. Because there's no way I was looking for Gil. And I just bumped into Gil. He said, "Oh, that's Eagle." I ain't never seen him, but I know that's him. Because he got on he dressed up a certain way, got his hair dressed on and stuff. And then he heard my voice or something. He said, "Oh, that's Eagle, man. I'm Gil." Right? That's a coincidence. But there ain't no damn coincidence when you got something like, oh, there's a Catholic saint named Corona, the saint of plagues. And now all of a sudden, and then right before you celebrate her, you come out with a disease called Corona. Is that a coincidence or what? Even if you go back to The Simpsons, 1993, I think it was episode 4, season 2, episode 4, something like that. I might have them inverted. Matter of fact, it might have been season 4, whatever 1993 was. Just check the season out. 1993, episode 2 or 4. And then they had some Chinese was coughed in a box, or something like that. Sent it over here, with some juice makers, and then Homer and everybody, caught some kind of virus from it. Now, how's that? Is that a coincidence? Is all this stuff coincidence? Oh, that's just coincidental. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Okay. Yeah. God dang it, Don. I just saw that right there. I know some people got mad and left the chat. That's all right. Y'all get mad and leave the chat. I don't care. Leave the chat. I'm asking questions. Right? As a chat host, I'm giving you information, but I'm asking you questions, right? And so you got your ass mad. You probably gave me a thumbs down. You get mad and you left the chat, because you see all the people piled up in here and then they disappear, right? I know you guys noticing that you, and because Don say that, like Don will say something like, we trying to get you some, we want to try to hook you up, get you some subs. I don't care. As much as people think I should care. I don't care. But if you bring quality people, like you brought D&D opinions, I didn't really want to say it because Gil gets started up again. But that's cool. I want good people. But if you look at my you go look at the replay, like the last show I did, and you remember how many people you've seen in here or whatever. But if you look at it, and then look at my membership, and then look how many people actually visit Eagles Web. Eagles Web, even though it's a real small forum, it's actually popular. It's like this is actually a popular channel because I look at a channel as being a good channel if no matter how many people you have, if you got about 5%, 4 or 5% of the people come through all the time, then I think that's a success. You're doing good. But sometimes I have double the amount of people come in as I have subscribers, or triple the amount, or 4 times the amount, or half as much. Like the last show, half as many people as I have as subscribers came through just to see what Eagles Web was talking about. See? So that means you got to be kind of popular, man, if half the people show up. Because you can invite people to an event, man. Only one person show up. See? That's hate, or either, a lot of times people, I got this to do with it. You ain't got shit to do. Now you wish you would have went to that party, huh? A week before they put your ass on lockdown. Now you wish you would have went to the party. But I was laughing, Don. I see what you put down there. Don's stupid as hell. Don says, he said, Eagle. He said, sitting Rona's ass down. That's right. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Don, tell Rona too. Rona. That's a good name for it, though. Rona, sit your ass down. No, man, because I was just talking to because I hardly ever talk to my little brother. And I just talked to him. We talk on Snapchat. Because if we talk for hours, So when I see him, then we'll talk for a long, we'll talk too long. That's why I call Gil my little brother, because I think he feels like he's about the same age or something like that. Gil's probably a little bit older, but yeah. I be feel like putting his ass in the headlock. He called me an alien. He said, you're an alien, man. He said, you ain't like people. He said, you're not like people. He said, you do shit that people can't do. And he a basketball player. He said, you do shit that people can't do, man. He said, I don't know how. He said, I can't even keep up with your ass. He said, I don't know how people, they said they look at you and they don't see it. And all of a sudden he's like, damn, man, I'm tired, man. I said, no, we just warming up. I make his ass quit sometime. We'll be doing something, he'll just quit. I said, let's warm up on these machines right here. And I'll be like, okay, we warmed up, let's go. He like, I'm out. He like, I'm out. I ain't trying to do all that shit. Yeah. But I help keeps him in shape. Yeah. And actually he does the movements. You guys know, you guys heard of EA Sports? You heard of EA Sports, the games? You probably see that big EA come up. EA Sports. I do a lot of the video games. He does the moves and stuff. Physically does the moves for like the basketball game. The basketball games and stuff. They hook him up. They put a suit on him and they hook him up with all these different little probes and stuff like that. Yeah. He does all the moves for like Curry and all that. So that's pretty cool though. That's right though. That's what I'm doing though, Don. He's sitting Rona's ass down. Sit your ass down. But I didn't have to do it, Don. Because they see what happened is they put all these publications out. Publications. Yeah, they sensations, yeah. Publications out. And when they put these publications out, I had shit to do with them. I didn't put out this medical dictionary with over 1,100 pages in it. This 45.95 back in 1989. That's a little bit of change. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you said you was hearing UFC coming back on native land. They need to get the hell off of native land. I'll tell them, man, because I keep numbers in my head on certain stuff. I just don't give you guys number. I get mad, though. You know what I mean? A lot of people, people say the wrong thing to me, and I hit them. They be like, I'll make their face drop. Because they're not expecting to hear the real. You know what I mean? I'll be like, because I tell them quick. I said, y'all been here 528 years, man. Last year was 527. Every year I add a year. So you've been here 528 years. Ain't it time to go home yet? They already destroyed our land. It's time to go back home. You did what you had to do here. You go back. Europe will welcome you wherever. Spain, all them countries, they'll welcome you back. Take your criminally insane mind back over there. You know, and people get mad when I say that, though. But it's freedom of speech. So you the one gave me freedom of speech, but guess what? I'm a chief. I already had freedom of speech. You took that. And that's why when y'all see my flag behind me, with me on top of the horse, on top of that flag, people get mad. Oh, desecrate the flag. Guess what? We're the only one who can do that because we're the only one that took the flag. And I know I didn't cover that with my family in here all the time. They hear me say that. So Eagle crazy as hell. No, he's not crazy, man. Because if I'm not saying nothing that makes sense, then argue. Just say, come up with a good argument. That's all I want. I got an intelligent chat. Intelligent in the sense, I don't care if anybody in my chat is book smart. I don't give a damn about books as much. But I'll show a book if the information's in there. I'll show it, or I'll give you a page number. Matter of fact, I'll do that. Maybe you can Google it. Let's see. So it's on page 1051. So maybe you can Google that. So the American Medical Association Encyclopedia of Medicine, published by Random House, 1989. And so what you can do is, if you have that, and I got the information from somebody else, so I said, let me check it out, look in there, and see for myself. So now that you have that little gem, maybe there's a way you can find it. What's on that page? Because sometimes they have downloadable books. I wouldn't download that one, though. Guess you got a lot of space on on your computer. God dang, 1,050 pages. All them words, that's going to be a lot. Especially on a PDF. That's going to take forever to download that. Yeah. Yeah, but I hope they may be coming back, though. A lot of these companies cannot afford. Okay, I'm going to open up another can. I don't care. They can't afford to lose out. You know what I mean? A lot of money. I'm looking at so many businesses, especially small businesses that are closed. Guess what? That lease ain't closed on their ass, right? All the money they got to pay is not closed. Now, their electric bill go down. They'll be happy about that. They be, we only had to pay $10 this month. Yeah, because you closed. You ain't had shit running. You feel? But what about everything else? What about that taxes and all that? And that's putting a chokehold on everybody. You see? It's putting a chokehold on the eagle. But the eagle still got the wings up good, even though they putting a chokehold on me. Because guess what? I'm native, man. We used to chokeholds. Ain't nothing. I don't care. Put a chokehold on the eagle. That's it. I'm still going to come here and talk to my people. Gil going to say, yeah, EA Sports need to make a new fight night game. Yeah, and then down the back, yeah, maybe in California, yeah. No, we'll throw them off up here, the people up here. They're not gonna have all. I don't think they'll have it, even though they do accept. They do have boxing though. A lot of the casinos here have the native casinos up here. Yeah, they do have boxing and stuff. I forget, there's a few now Southern California. They do have it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he can say anything about that. I'll ask him though, Gil. But I don't know if he said he needed another fight night game. Yeah. I don't know if he into that basketball though, so I don't know. I don't know how much influence he got. I know they love him though. I know that. Yeah. But I don't know. People, I just don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say if I can. Because people won't believe it. It's like the water I'm drinking. Like it says Crystal Geyser on here, right? So, but if somebody said it wasn't, after all these years, it's been Crystal Geyser, and they all of a sudden they said it was something else, you'd be like, no, man, that's Crystal Geyser. I mean, so what do we go for? What do we believe, Mr. Tiptoe and Gail and Don? What do we believe? Do we believe? Well, I'm just saying us. You know, I don't believe shit. But anyway, do we believe what's already written now? Or do we believe what somebody just going to voice out and just say over what was already written down? Is it okay with us as people? Is it okay that you just go ahead and change stuff? Like Mr. Tiptoe came in, yeah, they tried to change the Loma, yeah? So, is it okay that we just change stuff like that? I guess it must be true. All right. That's like, I don't know if you heard, there was I think it was the first, they show it on, I seen it on, I think I seen it on Showtime or HBO. But I remember seeing it. It's called Delirious, and I'm not trying to plug nobody. It's a Eddie Murphy stand-up show, and I think it was on that one. It was either on that on Raw or Raw, one of them. But he was telling a story about a girl and one of his boys, right? That he got caught with a girl in his house, and he was, and they didn't have no clothes on. Yeah. And he told his girlfriend, she said, because she was saying something like, she see him in there, I saw you in there, and he said it wasn't him. She said, oh, but I saw you right there. Like right next to you, was right there with the girl, right there on the bed, on the edge of the bed. I saw you. She didn't have nothing on, you didn't have nothing on. He said, it wasn't me. Wasn't me. He just kept saying it over and over again, it wasn't me. And then eventually she just said, well, I guess maybe it wasn't you. Huh? I'm just saying, if you want to be dumbed down, then you could be dumbed down. It's on you. But if you're going to get the same thing from me over and over again, like I said, I got neighbors and stuff that they was all tripping and stuff, and because I go and I play, their little son always like to, one of my neighbors, their little son like to always play with me all the time. He likes to play with me, and so I was playing with him and stuff, and they had this look on their face. I said, what's wrong? I said, you guys okay? He said, yeah, this thing right here. I said, don't worry about that shit. I told him, don't worry about it. I said, y'all said you guys are gonna be okay. I said, no, don't fret that shit. Don't get your blood pressure up and everything else. Start freaking out and shit. Oh, Rona's effing with me. No, come on now. F Rona. But yeah, but when I was contacting my little brother, that's what he was saying. He said you can't teach dumb people stuff. I said, you're right. You can't teach dumb people stuff. He said Rona could kiss his tail. That's what he told me. I was just laughing. I'm like, yeah. I said, you're right. He said, is there anything, Gil, stop being slow, man. You're a body man. You work on cars, man. I know that takes effort for you working on bodies of cars. So you don't have experience in a lot of different stuff, right? And I know, for instance, Gil works on the body of cars, right? And then I'm gonna try to get to the other part of my chat, though. But see, Gil works on the body of like automobiles and stuff like that. I don't know what else. But a good person that works in body on cars, working on the body of cars. And correct me if I'm wrong, Gil. If you're good enough, when somebody, you could actually feel with your hand how the car was hit, and also observe with your eyes. So you could tell if somebody hit somebody, or if they was hit, and you could tell the angle in which they was hit at, if you're good at body work, because that's something that you're gonna have to straighten out anyway. See, and you could actually tell with your hand. You can, and visually, you can look at, okay, yeah, he got hit this way. You could tell that. See, and all I'm trying to do is open people up to where they understand that it's not a name Gil. And I don't know why Gil's not getting it, Don, because Don said, Ego said, sitting Rona's ass down. See, Don is getting it, but Gil's not getting it. I didn't print this stuff, Gil. I gave you the information. Whatever you do with it, you do with it. It has nothing to do with a name. Okay, now, and you see what you do is you help my point out, which I'm glad. Anytime somebody brings something else up, that they actually help my point. Gil always helps my point. He helps me to solidify my point. He said, is it the name that bothers you? Well, guess what? It must have been the name that bothered them, because guess what? They changed the damn name. Now, so how could the name bother me when they changed the name? They disguised it right in front of your face. Just like I said with Eddie Murphy. See, you guys got to read through the little things I say, because I put it out there like so subtle, right? You're like, damn, that was kind of smooth. He got that off. Now look, Gil comes right back and asks me about the change, right? Just like the naked man and naked woman sitting on the bed, but he didn't do it. Wasn't me. So now you look at the Rona, and Rona like, no, it wasn't me. I'm back from 1989. That's when they actually put me in the medical encyclopedia, was in 89, so it wasn't me. So Rona's like this, nah, it wasn't me. That was COVID. COVID did that. I ain't had shit to do with that, man. That was COVID. And everybody like this now, they're like, oh, I guess you right. You right, man. My bad, man. They dapping him up and stuff. Yeah, you right, man. You know, that was COVID. COVID did that, man. Yeah, I thought it was Rona. Huh? I just want people to at least be open to the idea. If you're scared, then your ass, you just scared. If you scared, then you scared. Eagle face ain't scared. Whatever I got, I get. I ain't gonna sit here and trip on it, and I'm not gonna sit there and put no labels on it, because the only label I'm gonna put on it is poison from you know who. I'm gonna put the same stamp on it that my great ancestors put on it, because they knew where stuff came from. Our land didn't have. Think about it. 528 years. Why is that even significant? Why after 520 years you coming back with some other stuff, right? Now we could talk about this kind of stuff, talk about it in a whole different form, but I brought it up today. And I never did do my public service announcement. But I'm hitting y'all with a little bit at a time though. So he said, belief. I don't have a belief system. I don't have a belief system. I'll read a lot of stuff, but I don't believe nothing. I got to because belief, when you believe, belief doesn't mean what you think it does. You have to have some kind of understanding of something that's truthful. I don't have to believe this, right? I don't have to believe that I have this bottle right here. I believe it's there. No, I know it's there. I'm looking at it. I just picked it up. So it's there. It's not a mirage. But you putting masks and shit on stuff. You know what I mean? This grown folks chat too though. But you putting mask on stuff. Think about it. You putting a mask on something. Oh shit, I think we done screwed up. We called him Rona. People gonna understand. They gonna get that messed up with the beer and everything else. We're gonna mess up the beer business and everything else, man. Corona. And plus it was back in the journal. It's been around forever. Uh-oh. We better change that up. So they put the covert on you. I mean the COVID. If y'all have never heard me say that, the covert. They put that COVID out there. The COVID. I'm gonna tell. And then you right, he said Rona dropped dime on COVID. He said eagle face. He said with the fire arrows. That's right. He's feeling it. And I don't need everybody to feel it anyway. Especially as small as the amount of people that's in here right now. It's good that I don't expect to be honest, not even 1 out of 10,000 people get this. It may be, and I may be putting them down a little bit, but it's not even 1 out of 10,000, I don't think, can actually see through this. And that's why they don't care to tell you the truth, is because they know that 1 out of 10,000, there's only 1 out of 10,000 to get it. One person can't talk to 10,000. You imagine if I talked to 10,000, how many would believe it? One. Or not necessarily believe it, but would understand the truth that I'm telling them, because I did not print the encyclopedia. I did not change the name. Did I change the name from Corona to COVID? Who changed the name? Was that me? Did you follow the bouncing ball along? Corona, Rona, 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 COVID. The whole video. I don't like stuff to start with co anyway. Anything start with co, I don't like it. I don't like cooperation. I don't like none of that. Nothing that starts with co-op. I don't like none of it. Anything starts with co, it sounds like something else, man. Co-conspirator. Anything, man. Anything that's co. I like assistant. Assistant's cool. That's my assistant right there. Got my back. Assistants sound like they got your back. A co don't sound good. I don't like nothing. So, the co-video, or the COVID, or vid, COVID. Yeah, my neighbor tried to hit me with that the other day. She was like, yeah, well, I had some people, they just, some friends or something, they just passed away from that or whatever. She said, you said it wasn't real. And now you're texting me like, you know, you might need to borrow a couple of dollars or something, because I sent her this thing with Cash App. You know, I sent her an invitation. I said, I said, I sent that to you. She said, good for looking out for me. I said, no. I said, I might need $5 because of this, because of what's going on. I said, with this COVID. She said, I thought you didn't believe in that. I said, oh, man. So we had to text back and forth. I said, no, I don't. She said, well, I had some people that this got sick and they succumbed to it. She said, so in your face. And so I took a picture I said, you forgot I went to med school, right? I said, so I took a picture of the encyclopedia and I sent it back to her. I said, back in your face. I said, I'm only putting out what they put out. I'm not changing nothing. I'm not making something new. Just like boxing. Professional boxing, they got different levels of boxing, right? Now, if all of a sudden you didn't watch boxing for a while and you came back and it was called, if it was called something else. One of it was called, if you came back, it was called trolling. That's boxing. Oh, this is a great trolling match. You're like looking around like, what? Huh? Trolling? This ain't no trolling match. This is boxing. See? So they drop stuff like that, Gil. And just like Don said, let me reach over here because I got to keep everything. I got to keep everything available, especially with my web. I got so much stuff in here now, man, because y'all be bringing up so much stuff, man. But I neglected. I don't even think I got my stick, though. Got to reach way over there. No. They're usually on my drawer. I don't know. Must have fell on the floor. I don't feel like I'm not going to talk about him today anyway. But this is what Don said. Don said, he said, Rona dropped the dime on COVID. Yeah, that's what it is, man. But y'all still take care of yourself, regardless of what you think. I don't know what it stands for, Gil, but for me, anything that starts with a code don't sound right. And I always thought this is what I said it stands for. I said it stands for covert. Like in a government operation, covert. But they switched it up and put the vid. Almost like a code video. And then why you got the 1.9? Where's the 1.8? Did you even think about that? Did you ever think about that? While you're asking me these questions, did you ever think about what happened to COVID 1 through 18? What happened to those? Where are those at? Look up COVID 1. COVID 2. You just skip to 19? You're going to skip to 19. So you're going to use the upside down 6, which is the 9, with a 1. Yeah. But even if that's what it means, that's what it means. You said this is what you said. Do you know what COVID-19 stands for? I'm not saying what they said it stands for. I said what I think it stands for. You didn't ask what they said it stands for. Me. COVID-19. Okay, so where's and if you say coronavirus disease 2019, where happened to it in 2018? Okay, so you got to go all the way back, Gil, if that's what they're saying that it is called. So it was around since the 70s. So where's COVID? So if it's 2019, so where is COVID 1989 or 1972? I think that's when they really discovered the new strain of code. And have you ever wondered how it started off real blurry? How all of a sudden are they coming up with such great pictures of the COVID virus itself? So vivid now. He has so many different colors now. CGI and stuff. Doesn't he have so many nice colors now? At first he didn't look like much of a monster. It's like, that's like a little blurry Bob. But now all of a sudden, if you look at him, he looks so wonderful now. You know? And nothing looks like that underneath a microscope. You don't get a 3D picture out of a microscope, so you know it's CGI. Same thing with pictures they show you of the earth. But I'm not even going to go there. Because a lot of people, oh, no, don't talk about the earth. All right. I'll let dumb be as dumb is. Yeah. All right, Gil. You go ahead and teach me about the SARS and all that. You keep that. That information you have, you keep that, and you make sure you bring that to your understanding. Something that you believe in. It will be very hard for somebody to convince me of anything that exists. Things exist in nature, right? Things are created by man, or conjured up by man. But certain things exist in nature, like certain animals are enemies against other animals and other things. But why does man have thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of diseases all of a sudden when you came to a land that had no disease? You come to a land with no disease, but now you got hundreds of thousands of diseases? There's no other creatures that have hundreds of thousands of diseases, else we wouldn't have any creatures. Why? Are those something that happened in what they call natural ways in nature? Are those things? You know what I mean? I'll talk about it, but I don't believe in that. Yeah, I just told you. I just covered it right now. I just covered it, man. You're asking me questions as I cover it. Then you put that down because I'm not even going to read that. Because you're covering it. Yeah, it existed. It exists. But then you look at a great, I'm not even going to mention the name, but you look at a great basketball person or athlete who's had that and actually gained weight and got bigger and stronger. But they had that. And if you want to bring that up, and had children, get your ass out of here, man. Sleep, that's what they call you. Those that's in the ones that's really in charge, that's why they call you sheeple. That's why they call you sheeple. But see, the thing is, when your elders tell you stuff, you know what I mean? You listen. And some people just didn't listen. I listened to all my stories and stuff. I listened to my grandmother. I listened to my aunt. I listened to my mom. I listened to everybody. I listened. And learned stories from just listening. If you have somebody, an elder in your family tell you, say, yeah, we used to sleep on the ground. That's how we slept. So we could hear through the ground. Somebody's coming. What is that telling you? Right now, you don't hear through the ground. You know, the ground is not capable of letting you hear like it used to be. And yes, there's an earthquake and they got a seismograph or something. But the earth can't let you, it's not talking to us no more like it used to in our land. Because we talk over this type of things. We talk over through the mic. Goes over the airways, go through the computer, whatever. Goes through certain programs on the phone. See? But that's not where, I don't come from where a lot of people come from. A lot of people are not as old as I am, or maybe even older, or maybe the same age, but they didn't listen like I listened. If you don't listen, then you don't actually learn those things that you need to learn. Because I don't care about some people that have, you know, oh, I got a doctor, I got a PhD in this and whatever like that. I've talked to them. They didn't teach me nothing. But guess what? They learned a lot from me. And they were like, wow, I didn't know I came in here just like open-minded. Because like that's what a great scholar does. When they don't just automatically think they're going to debate. They just listen. And they listen and they like, wow, that's a lot of information. A lot more stuff that I learned that I didn't even know. I had no idea I was going to learn that today. And that's my job, is to, besides just doing this stuff here, that's my job, is to teach certain things. When they say awareness, bring yourself to awareness. I can't do that for you. Because I'm not the type on this forum that's going to yell at you. Now, in person, I will yell at you. And I will make my point get across. Not you personally, But certain people that bring up subjects and stuff, I'm not always going to be as cordial and nice. But that's not the whole point. You're not supposed. It's not. Sometimes you have to hammer information in for a person to get it, and some people you could talk to nice and like a nice smooth way, and they get it. And you got some people just thick skull, and you can't get that information in there. It never gets in there because there's too much chasing. You know what I'm saying? Of their own scholarship, so where they get prideful to where they can't learn. I learn stuff all the time, like, oh wow, I didn't even know that. Like certain birds and stuff, you learn like they have parrots in South America, and these parrots have found a way to eat something that is poisonous. There's some fruit that is actually poisonous to them, but it does have nutrition. And they found that if they eat a certain clay, then they can eat the fruit because it neutralizes the poison. Now, why does a bird know that? A bird. You got birds, you got bird doctors. You got birds that are doctors. Are you kidding me? You got a bird doctor. You talking about a bird doctor? Birds are their own doctor. The animals in the wild are their own. How come we're not like that? You're so intelligent, but you don't. You call a bird brain, but a bird not to eat something to survive. That, in other words, would harm him, but he knows what to eat in order to neutralize the poison and survive. You don't. They got to tell you. You got to hear that shit from the news. Oh, well, your lettuce got to eat coli or some bullshit. There's always something. There's always something poisonous. You know why something's poisonous all the time? Because of things being unsanitary conditions. That's why. You got everything that's mass produced. You got all these cans and stuff that's going through this assembly line. They don't steam clean those assembly lines and stuff like that. So if something happens and there's some food that stays out and gets contaminated because it got stuck on the machine and then it falls into the other batch, then guess what? Then all that whole food is contaminated. That's why they know exactly what happened. They're like, oh, batch number, lot number, this. That's why they know which lot number is poison. Oh, we effed up. And then they always blame a worker. Oh, worker might have, the glove might have fell in there. Get out of here with them. Them workers workers ain't dropping gloves and shit in there like that. Get out of here with that. You just effed up and you seen something that was rotten and then it fell up in there and you forgot. Oh man, now we got to shut the whole operation down. And now we do have to clean. Get out of here. That's where most stuff comes from. It's from people not being clean. That's where most of everything comes from. You got dumbass bird brains, a real bird that knows how to protect himself at all times, but you got stupid ass humans that don't know how to protect themselves at all times. They got to listen to the news in order to protect themselves. Oh, you got to clean your hands, do this, boo, boo, boo. Put all this alcohol on your hands. Alcohol is real healthy for you. Who told you alcohol was real healthy for you? Yeah, before these people came here, we used to use a certain clay and stuff to clean our hands with. And then we learned how to, in soap, we had different soaps and stuff. That's how you clean, use soap. Throwing all kinds of alcohols and chemicals on your hands all day long. And don't touch your face and all this and shit. And that's going to stop the virus. And then my bank, they hide behind plexiglass, but it got cracks in it. Big holes and shit on the side. And they got a hole underneath where you can talk. And they got masks on. I'm in there being sarcastic or whatever. I'm like, good thing y'all got them masks on because Corona's stupid. I said it must be a minority bacteria or whatever you want to call it. I said because it's too stupid to get underneath this window or through this crack right here or over the wall. It's too dumb to do that. Right? People don't think. So you got an illness that's too stupid to find this mark. Especially if you, the Corona like this. Oh, he's 6 feet back. He COVID. He's 6 feet back. I can't get him. I can't get them two. They 6 feet back. Get out of here. No, it wasn't. Not Tyson. Spanks. It was before that. Way back. But we'll talk to it. We'll talk about it. Now said Gil Cole's getting necked. Yeah, he's web. He said in the web fam. Well, guess what? He get it sometime. I haven't got on him for a while though, but I like school. See, but the thing about Gil, that's my boy though. I mean, don't get both of y'all. So don't get it. I mean, don't Don't get somebody else come in here and get hyped up, because you saying something, and then they start saying something, and then they end up getting smashed. Because I'm the only one who can smash Gil, and you can smash him. But I'm the only one who can really smash him. Nobody else. He's in protected custody. I got his ass in my protected custody because he's my little brother. So I got him in my protected custody, even though I want to put his ass in the headlock sometime. And if I ever see his ass, he's going into a headlock. Put his ass right in the headlock. See, little fucker. Always starting some shit with Eagles Web. Because he likes to hear, he wants to hear my take on it. That's what it is. He wants to hear the breakdown. But back to what I was saying. Can I say it now? So the two, not two. So you guys might be able to name somebody's two. But who's going to benefit from this is Errol Spencer's going to benefit. Because he was already relaxing. So he's already like, no distractions for him. Because he already had distractions. So that's going to benefit him. It's going to benefit Gary Russell. Because Gary Russell don't fight that much. I mean, you might have somebody else. You guys might have your own pick. But these are just my picks right here. Who this is actually going to benefit. Who else I was thinking? Oh, Tank Davis. It's going to benefit Tank Davis. Even though Tank does fight, but Tank likes to lay around too. So it's going to benefit him. Who else is going to benefit? I'm trying to think who else. I gotta get a different weight category. Because Wilder fights a lot, but this will definitely benefit him. He needs a rest too. It'll benefit Wilder, and I'm talking about this whole thing where everybody has to sit out of boxing and sit out of sports. Certain people is going to benefit, and some is going to hurt. I don't see it really benefiting Crawford because, sorry about that, Don. I don't see it really benefiting him because he's been out fighting Jeff from the tire shop. No, I'm just kidding. That's Gil. Gil would say that. Gil say he fighting Jeff from the tire shop. But no, I don't know his opposition, man. And then, I don't know, man. When you sit out at a certain time in your life, I don't know. But I put it to you like this, though. He may have it. If he has it, then we all just got to be like, oh, damn, Bud got it, man. Bud got it like that. Okay, so let me give you guys the answer. You're not allowed to write it down. I'll give it to you, but you're not allowed to write it down. Okay? It was actually Jim Jeffries and Jack Finnegan. Jim Jeffries and Jack Finnegan. So just leave that in. So it's JJJF. So if you put that, just use the first letter for all of them, then you'll keep it in your mind. JJJF. So 3 J's and an F. Jim Jeffries, Jack Finnegan. As a matter of fact, if I ask you that, y'all can put it down like that. JJJF. So if we do that like for trivia, yeah, then y'all can use that. And also on the 5th, which was a couple of days ago. So on the 5th, we had we had one of our great champions. Believe it or not, The Smoke. God dang. The Smoke. So you guys know who The Smoke is, right? So The Smoke, a long time ago. Yeah. And it should have been about a 45 round fight. So that should give you some ideas. So you know one of the participants. So The Smoke took a dive against Jess Willard. Yeah. And there's a lot of controversy about that. And I'm not going to sit there and believe one way or another. I'm just not going to believe. I'm just going to go by what's printed. And that's what I like people to do. Just go by what's printed. It doesn't, if it's wrong, but just Go by what's printed. If they already put it down there, then that's what you go by. Things don't all of a sudden change. Man, people always think that man is getting so much smarter about stuff. No, man is just what they call an experimenter. It has nothing to do with his mind. Man just does a lot of experiments. You can find out a lot of stuff yourself, but is that the type of stuff you're supposed to find out? Just like in electronics and stuff like that. That everything that's made electronically, you can backtrack it and to simplify the circuit and to turn it into just a simple battery. Just a simple battery. Yeah. Because that's what they have, circuits where when you do the circuit, and then it's a lot of times, so what you want to define like the overall voltage or something like that, or the overall current, something like that. Then you have to backtrack that circuit, that whole circuit. You have to break it all the way down. You don't necessarily have to go all the way down to a battery, but any circuit, even a computer is nothing more than a battery. They just add other stuff to the battery. So you got your power source, and then after your power source, you have different components in there. DPNs, NPNs, and stuff like that. Certain, and then they make the transistors and stuff like that smaller and smaller and smaller, and and they did just different stuff they put together. I'm not gonna try to break it down. I'll try to keep it simple. That's why I said transistors, stuff like that. Just small stuff, small. They make it smaller, 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 and smaller. But it's just basically a battery when you break it all down. I could show you, but nobody's gonna sit there and draw out schematics and all that type of stuff. But I could show you one day. Just simple. I can just show you. So don't underestimate me. Oh, he just boxing. No. I listen. But man, that's what he does. Man is just more of an experimenter. He's not really very smart, but he's just more of an experimenter. Just experiment. You can do the same thing yourself. Just get yourself some wires and stuff. Get yourself a nice source of power, but I tell you what, but make sure that the amps, that the current, which is the pressure that goes through those wires, make sure that's nice and low. I'm talking about keep it down to milliamps. The voltage can be a little bit higher, but if you're going to experiment with that, make sure that the milliamp, make sure it's down there, the amps is real low. Because anything over an amp can kill you. That's it. One little amp, that's all it takes. 1 amp of pressure. And just think about a battery, like for a car, how many amps of pressure comes out of there? So a battery really can take you out. It usually doesn't because of the voltage, but it can smack the mess out you. Because there's a formula for both of them. You got voltage and you got the amperage too. So a lot of times the amperage is sufficient enough, but if the voltage might be real low. Now that's the only thing. If the amperage is high and the voltage is like extra low, it's not gonna do nothing to you. You'll feel it, but it's not gonna do nothing. Yeah. And I learned that from listening. I was just talking to a guy that I worked with one time when I was a kid. He was like, yeah. He said these people don't. It's not like they really inventing stuff and coming up with shit. He said I used to put wires and stuff together. He said you put wires together a certain way, use garbage can lids or whatever, and just put stuff together. Eventually, you're gonna come up with something. It's gonna do something that maybe you didn't even think it was gonna do. You know what I mean? Just accidentally come up with stuff. But I don't know what you guys think about though, far as the fighters. Who do you guys think this whole sequestering or this whole stay at home? Who you think that's going to really benefit when we get back to it? When we get back to everything, you guys let me know your thoughts. Or if you ran out, Don, I think Gil might have ran out on me. No, but Gil usually stays though. Yeah, Gil usually stays. That's my little champ though. I mean, I appreciate him coming in. I mean, like I said, he took over the chat. He does that sometimes, but I let him. It wasn't no big thing. Missed my point though today because I was gonna. I'll talk about it tomorrow then. Yep, I'll just talk about it tomorrow. Because I really want to talk about what we want to see from A to Z. You know what I mean? So we'll do that tomorrow, man. What we want to see in boxing. All the way from the top down to the bottom. What do we want to see? What do we want to see happen in boxing? I don't know if it's rule changes or something like that. It's going to cause a big fight. I know it's going to be a big fight. Somebody's going to get smashed up. But, hey, we got to talk about it, man. But we'll come back. We'll come back tomorrow and talk about it. Because that's what we do. That's what we do up here in the Eagles Way of Boxing. That we talk about it. Yeah. Dad said, I don't know who would be the best neck. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna come out, man. We can talk about it some more though, but I don't know how they're gonna come out, man, after this. Yeah. But I'm sorry to Gil though. I had to stretch Gil's neck. You know how I do it though, Don. You know I stretch it out though. See? And when anytime you say something, you're just gonna help me out. See, he helps my case out. He don't even know he's helping my case. He asked me a question about what I think. No, I don't care what they're saying. But anytime you change something like that, you make it even. Even when you talk about the COVID and the corona, think about it. Which one's easier on the tongue? Which one is people more used to saying? Corona, right? It's easier to say corona. Now we got that COVID. I'm staying with Rona just like we using here. I'm sticking with Rona. The thing about Rona is I don't like her. I don't like nobody. I don't even want to meet a girl named Rona now. Yeah, she a dime package, and that's different. Oh, that was different. You see how I am, man? I said, oh, that's different. That's gonna be different, Dog. If I meet a dime named Rona, yeah, that's gonna be a whole different thing. Yeah, but yeah, I didn't want to. Like I said, I didn't want to do like a show, but I guess this was my public announcement on this. That just use your brain. That's my whole thing. Is just use your brain, man. Stop. Just don't fall for every little thing, man. Just look at it, man. Yeah. And y'all know how. If y'all really need to talk, just email me. Just ask. You already know my email. Just email me, and we'll really talk about it. And I'll give you the real. Because Eagles Way of Boxing. Eagles Way of Boxing. When you want the real, not some deal. I'm like that with life too. So if you just want the real on it, if you can handle it, I'll tell you what to look for on a lot of different other stuff. I'll tell you what to look for when it comes to, the tricks and stuff. That's my job, man. I didn't come here to not teach people about tricks and stuff, man. That's in my nature, man. That's the natural way, man. Is you supposed to teach the people what's right. You don't teach the people some crap, man. I'm not gonna speak like this. You know what that is, right? That's not the peace sign. I'm not gonna speak like that. All right. Do it that way. All right. Because a lot of people think that's definitely not devil horns when it comes from me. Fangs. All right. That's the fangs, man. I don't speak like that. But anyway, man, let's get up out of here, man. Good show. Different subjects when it comes to boxing. But we had to do a part 2. So see if we can really, if we can get the information out there. See what we want to see next. Who neck up in here? See whose neck we want up in there. And that's what we're going to do, man. But anyway, man, my shout out to all the real people that I see. My shout out to all y'all that mess with me, man. Stay safe out there. Like I always say, man, nothing but blessings. I'm going to catch y'all, man.